So I took one trade on longs today on NQ. I entered longs today on 24.328. I took total of 3 contracts. I took one profit off at 24.383 and then another profit off at 368, and then the last one I got stopped out at break even. Total I made $212 across 3 accounts. So I'm copy trading 3 funded accounts right now. So today I'm up total of about $600. So for today's trade, I had my zones already set up here. The orange lines are my daily highs and lows from the previous day. So this is where I know where price is gonna go, and then I form my bias across this. And then the red and green boxes are my supply and demand zones from the 1 hour, and the white boxes are my smaller supply and demand zones from smaller time frames, such as like the 15-minute. Because we broke out of the daily range for today, I know that the bias is going to be either we're going to come back to retest this area and then go long, or if it fails to hold above this level, market's going to come back down into the range. So these were the key points that I was looking at today. So going into the market at open, I did see a potential pump that was going to happen because we tapped into this demand zone and plus the daily level. I wanted to take longs, but usually I don't take longs at open just because of the volatility. And usually when I do enter at open, there's a high chance of me being stopped out. So I usually wait a little bit for price to form. So price did come back. So price did come back. It traced back to this demand at the daily high, and then it reversed, and then it bounced back up, tapping into the supply zone. So this was actually a pretty good trade, but I didn't take this also because for me this was not an A plus setup. So as long as my trade is not A plus, I try not to take it. So what I actually did was I waited for either price to give me some sort of sell signal here, or it would come back into this area for another bounce back up into the supply. But for both long and short, the trade did work out, but it wasn't A plus, so I didn't take it. I didn't want to risk my account for it. So after it came back down, it bounced back up. We formed another demand, which I marked later on. After price tapped into supply and then it dropped back down, it showed that it was holding this new demand. So I entered longs at this area. So it dropped, pull back, drop, and a higher low. So that was my entry for longs. I entered and up to the supply was my full target. But because I had 3 contracts, I took one profit off at the high, and then I had another take profit zone above this high. However, we kept consolidating and then we failed to hold. So I took another profit off at this consolidation area. So the trade didn't go all the way, but I was able to secure some of the profits. And then the last contract, I had it at break even, so it stopped me out there. So overall, this trade, it was, I would say, B plus and A setup, and I was still able to capitalize on it. After this price action, we've been just chopping sideways, and not much of a trade to take after this. So I stepped away and I was done for the day.